Alrighty, welcome to Magic Crafters. This is one of my favorite homeworlds personally, so let's get right into it. Once you land from the balloonist, you're going to want to charging jump here, and jump over these pools of water, head to your right, go past those enemies, head to your left, into our first level Alpine Ridge. There's a few things I'll show you about the movement here. You want to charge jump kind of earlier over these pools of water, because something that you can actually do is if you try to charge jump a little late, you get what we call a skitter, and you kind of get your charging jump eaten and go into the goop, and you don't want that. So do your charging jumps a little earlier than you'd expect. And over here, you actually want to probably hit the guy on the left or the guy on the right as you head towards Alpine, because something that can happen is if you don't hit either of them, just like that, it's kind of easy to get hit by the guy on the left. So I personally opt to hit this guy on the left, so that way that doesn't happen. And right here, we can do a nice little cheeky corner cut. Just like that. And it's a little risky, you don't have to do it at first. It only saves a little bit of time. If you don't want to, you can just kind of wrap around like that. But if you want to try to save all those little seconds and frames, you can do a little cheeky corner cut like this. Turn left, and head straight into Alpine Ridge. Alrighty, welcome to Alpine Ridge. Like I said, there is advanced strategies I'm not going to be going over in this tutorial, and this level has one of them, called Fish Ladder. I'm not going to explain this one here. I'll make a tutorial on that one at a separate point. So let's just show the easier methods of getting through this level. So we do have a jump here we can go for called Alpine Jump, and this is going to be our first example of a kind of hard jump. This took me quite a while to get for my first time, so if you don't get this right away, don't feel bad, and I will show you the easier way to go about this after. So once you start flying in, you want to hold right and charging jump onto that edge and do a big full hop charge glide. So I'll show you one more time. We're going to hold charging right, charging jump onto this, jump, charge glide, charge. One more time, hold charging right, charging jump, full hop, charge glide, charge. So it is pretty tight. You can see Spyro is really close to that edge when we charge onto it. And I should mention, charging does give Spyro a little bit of extra height when he's in the air. So that's why we charge onto this ledge. If we try what I just did there again and don't charge onto the ledge, you'll see Spyro doesn't really make it. He kind of flops, right? So when you do these kind of big jumps that are hard to make, you definitely want to charge onto the ledges. It makes them doable. If you do struggle with this jump at first, you can just go around just like so. You can just go forward, flame this guy, and head over here to the stairs just like that. Only a couple second time loss, but I would recommend practicing this jump. This really gets you familiar with the mechanics of the game, and you're going to be doing kind of hard jumps like this throughout the category and other ones if you go to other categories at some point. So I would recommend doing this. And once you get over here, whatever way you decide to, now we are going to climb these stairs. And these stairs are notorious for giving runners trouble because they're on this cycle, right? But really, if you make this jump on a good cycle, all you're really going to do is just jump charge up them as fast as you can. Kind of like Dark Hollow, right? We're going to jump charge and let go of square as soon as we can up these stairs. So that way we get up them quickly. I kind of take them at an angle kind of like this. I kind of go left up them and then right up them, kind of like this. Some runners tend to do them more straight on, kind of like this, but I personally find it easier to kind of take them at an angle, kind of like that. And again, we don't want to hold square when charging up them because then we're going to bonk and fall down, and now we have to wait for the cycle and then start over again. So really make sure you're doing quick square presses on these. Alrighty, and once you get up the stairs, you're going to want to do another full hop charge glide over to this platform. This one's quite a bit easier than the other one, so you can definitely make this one. And once we get over here, we're going to do a charging jump over into here. Another charging jump glide over here. And then we're going to reach this moving platform. And you might need to think, oh, well, I'm probably going to have to wait for it to lower, right? Well, it's actually quite easy to get it to go down on its own. So I'll show you. We're going to charging jump glide over here. And all you're going to need to do, if you're on a good cycle, it will just kind of fall. But if you're not, right? Let's say you were a little bit slow and it's rising as you approach here. You still don't have to wait. You can actually just charging jump over to the side. And when you go over to the side like this, you can see it lowers way quicker than usual. And that's because when it detects Spyros over on the edge of it like that, it just lowers itself again on purpose. So regardless of the cycle this platform's on, you can do the same movement. Just charging jump glide over to the right and charge down to the left once you see it start to lower, just like that. And then the rest of the level is pretty straightforward. You're gonna jump charge up this, climb up this little hill here, climb up this little hill here, flame that big beast, flame this beast, and climb up these stairs into the vortex. One more time, go over to the right, charge down, climb up this hill, climb up this hill, flame this guy, oopsie. See, your flame can get eaten if you turn a bit too early there. So you really want to make sure you aim at the guy when you flame him. I'm gonna do it one more time. Flame this guy, then turn, climb up the stairs into the vortex. I'll show you one more time all the way from flying. Hold charge and right, full hop, charge glide, charge. Oh, oopsie. All right, I'll show you one more time from flying. Hold right and charge, charging jump, full hop, charge glide, charge. Up the stairs, another full hop, charge glide. Charging jump right here. Charging jump glide, charge down. Charging jump glide to the right and charge down. Jump charge up here. Climb up this hill. Flame this guy. Flame this guy. Up the stairs, into the vortex. And that's Alpine Ridge. All right, exiting Alpine's really simple. I'll go over it a few times here. We're just gonna head left. We're gonna climb up these hills here, and you can do some quick little jump charges like this to speed up your hill climbing, just like so. And once you get over here, turn around and jump charge onto the ramp, and you're at High Caves. One more time. Do some jump charges up here. Once you get to the ramp, turn around, jump charge onto that, and head straight into High Caves. All right, High Caves is also quite a simple level. What we're gonna do is we're gonna charging jump to the right at the start. We're gonna avoid this spider, go to the right of this pole to get that spider stuck behind it. Go up this little hill here. And then we're gonna approach this ramp. And you can take this ramp from quite low, right? Because ultimately what we're gonna use this ramp for is we're gonna turn around with it and go over to this cave where the vortex is at, right? But you can really push where that ramp lets you get the supercharge, so I'll show you. Once again, go right at this spider. And so here's something that can happen. If you take a bad line, the spider will turn on you like that and go at you, right? So if you kind of go a little bit too right like this, or is it a little too left? Let's see. If you go a little too left like this, yeah, see the spider's gonna turn around and he's gonna try to attack you, right? So you really wanna make sure you kind of take a more center line through here and get him to go stuck up against the wall like that. And then if you do that right, that second spider will get stuck up against that pole like that. So one more time, center through this room. Oopsie. Center through this room. Get that spider stuck. Get this spider stuck. And right here, you can do what we call a magic stair up this little ledge here, which is where you charging jump up a ledge instead of jump charging like that. And it's a little bit faster, but if you do it at the wrong time, you can kind of bonk and not get your way up there, right? So if you're struggling with it, don't feel too bad, just do a jump charge. But the rest of these you do want to jump charge. This one you do want to jump charge. And this one right here you do want to jump charge. And once you reach this ramp, like I said, you really can push this supercharge. I personally, if you see this little line I'm standing on, walking back and forth on, this is right where I try to grab the supercharge. If you're anywhere above this line and you do a full hop turnaround charge, you will get a supercharge just like I did, right? But if you're struggling to get it from there, just go a little bit higher and you'll get it a little bit more speed. And once you do get the supercharge, you want to cut it off as early as you can. I see a lot of new runners try to like keep the supercharge as they go into this room, kind of like this. They'll try to kind of jump and keep the supercharge, but this is actually slower, believe it or not. And so what you're going to want to do is get the supercharge, spam X and square as you're in the air. As you can see on my input display, as I'm in the air, I'm literally just spamming the X and square button. So that way, once I fall down, I'm charging and I'm good to go to charge through this cave. And once you're in this cave, it's just going around this dragon, and it's very easy to touch Cedric here. So you want to take a tight line around Cedric to make sure you don't accidentally touch him like I did there. So take a tight line, jump into the vortex. Alrighty, I'll show you one more time from flying. I'm gonna get this spider stuck. Get this spider stuck. Charge jump up this little ramp here. Jump charge up this one. Jump charge here. Turn around and get the supercharge. Spam the X and square button to get out of it as soon as you can. Go straight into the vortex. And that's high caves. Alrighty. Coming out of high caves, we have our first homeworld trick. We're going to do a supercharged ramp jump like so to get straight to the Wizard Peak portal just like that. Let me show you how that works. So we're going to charge through the center of this wizard like so, and we want to anchor ourselves into that corner on the wall here as we press the X button. And as soon as we press the X button, we're going to fade back out to the right like so. If you don't fade back out to the right, you're going to get the height, but then you're going to kind of bonk into the wall like that. So it's really important that you get the right angle and fade it back out to the right like so. You also want to make sure you press X at the right time, because if you press X a little bit early, you're not going to get any height at all like that. And if you press X late, well then you're probably going to get sent over to kind of this area and not have time to turn right. And for the angle, you want to make sure you're just harsh enough that you get the height. If you're too harsh when you press the X button, you're going to bonk onto the corner right there. And if you're not harsh enough, then you're not going to get really any height at all. So make sure you have the right angle, wiggle it back to the right, just like that. If you are struggling with it at first or you miss it, you can just wrap around like so, and it only loses a few seconds. But either way, that's how you enter Wizard Peak. Alrighty, welcome to Wizard Peak. There's a few strats in this level, but I'll show you the beginner one first. So charging jump at the start of the level, jump charge up this ledge, flame this guy, go around the wizard, and then we'll reach the supercharge right here. And the beginner strat is we're gonna go with the supercharge over to this metal guy and bonk directly to the right of him, just like that. So once again, once we get the supercharge, we bonked on the wall directly to the right of that guy and he hits us up it, just like that. And once we get the boost, we're gonna glide out of it and charge. So once again, bonk into the wall, glide, charge. And once we get up here, it's just a matter of going to the right, climbing up these stairs with jump charges, and going straight into the vortex. So one more time, go down the supercharge ramp, bonk to the right of the wall of this guy, glide charge, climb these stairs, and jump into the vortex. And it's as simple as that. Alrighty. There is a more advanced strategy you can go for in this level, where we're going to try to do a little scenery wall jump, kind of like when we entered the level, like so, and then flop up the stairs like that. And that's going to save about 4 seconds, but it is a good amount harder than the damage boost, but I'll show you it here. You want to turn right at the correct time, so you're just harsh enough to make it with the height up here. The angle you have on the wall really determines your height. What you'll notice is if you're not harsh enough when you press the X button, you're not going to make it. But if you're too harsh when you hit the X button, you're going to bonk, right? So you want to find that perfect middle ground of just harsh enough that you get the height, but not too harsh that you bonk. Just like so. And then for the flop up the stairs, I'll make a save state with the boost here. You're going to want to you're going to hold the square button to keep your supercharge and then go down to X. And as soon as you jump when you land, you're going to let go of both buttons. So if you look at my input display here, I'm holding square, X, let go. Holding square, X, let go. And then you glide out of that to land over by the pool here. Don't feel too bad if you're struggling with this a bit more than the damage boost. It is quite a bit harder, and many people don't implement it at first. So if you are struggling with it, just go ahead and head down here and bonk on the wall next to this guy, and it only loses you a few seconds. Climb these stairs into the vortex. And that's Wizard Peak. Alrighty, leaving Wizard Peak, we're gonna go down the hill here, and we're gonna do a full hop charge to get ourselves onto this little part of the mountain here, so that way we can just fall and go straight into Blowhard. So we're gonna go down the ramp, full hop charge to get up there, straight into Blowhard. And welcome to Blowhard. This is gonna be arguably our first hard damage boost in the run, but this is quite consistent once you get it down. You're just gonna have to put some practice in. So, starting the level here, we're gonna do a charging jump. Jump charge up here, and we're gonna use this wizard right in front of us to do a damage boost off of this wall, just like this. And that gets us just high enough to get over the wall, straight into this dragon room. And so, my personal setup I like for this personally is once I get up to this part of near the fireworks chest here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna full hop and press the L2 button. So that way I turn the camera and I'm already facing the wall as the wizard begins his zap, right? And then right when I land, I'm gonna do another full hop to prepare for the damage boost. So just those 2 steps, it's gonna look like this. Full hop again. And then the next step is to charge right when you're at the right position with the lightning bolt. And so you wanna charge as late as you can while you still get the charge out. Most people's problem with this trick is they charge early, kind of like this, and they only get like barely not enough height, right? And that's always an early charge. If you charge late, what happens is you just don't get a charge out at all and you get no height, right? So try to aim for the charge timing that's as late as you can be while you still bonk. So once again, I'm gonna full hop again, charge, right over the wall. Full hop again, charge. See, that one was just a little bit of an early charge, so I'm gonna do that one more time, charge a little bit later. Boom, perfect. So it's all in the charge timing here to get that height you need. Full hop again, charge. And really try to use that L2 button to your advantage to turn the camera. I see a lot of other runners try to not use the camera buttons much at all, and that means you kind of have to aim yourself at the wall perfectly. And as you can see, it's a lot harder. You don't get as much height when you don't have Spyro centered on the wall perfectly. So use your camera buttons here to your advantage, so that way you really can see that you're centered right where you want to be. Now, after the damage boost, once you're in this little dragon room here, depending on the cycle of these guys, you're going to want to do some different movement. If the platform is coming towards you like this, you're going to want to do some movement that kind of looks a little bit like this, right? Where you kind of charge onto this, full hop, charge, glide, flame that guy, full hop, charge, glide, flame that guy. But if instead you have a cycle where it's just starting to move kind of like this, you can kind of jump onto this and full hop straight from that platform over to here, right? So if it's over here, kind of like this, you can just skip going over to that first guy all entirely. So this is kind of like a dependent section on your cycle, but as you get more practice with movement, you'll kind of improvise and figure out the best thing you want to do for your movement here. But if you are on a perfect cycle, where you get the first try blowhard boost and your movement was clean beforehand, this is what your cycle is going to look like. It's going to be leaving right now, and you can charge and jump onto it and go straight from that over to here. One more time. It's leaving right as we get to it. We charge and jump onto it. We do a full hop, charge, glide off of it, and flame that guy. So that's the cycle you'll usually get if you're going fast. But like I said, if you're a little bit slower and your cycles are looking like this, just jump onto this and do that. Alrighty, and once you flame past this guy, it's just a matter of charge, jump, gliding over to this last phase of the level, climbing up the mountain, straight to the Vortex. So I'll show you the level one more time in full. I'm gonna charge jump at the start, head over to the damage boost, full hop, charge, glide over to the dragon room, make our way through here and flame that guy. Got a little bonk there. Charging jump, glide over to this area of the mountain, climb all the way up, and into the Vortex, just like so. And that's Blowhard. And we are done with Magic Crafters. Once we come out of Blowhard, just like a few of the other portals, we're gonna swivel to the right, kind of like so, and approach this balloonist here. And this is the most unique balloonist in the run. If you know anything about Vortex, we don't travel to the Peacekeeper's homeworld on the balloon. We actually use Tuco here to hope he suggests us a level inside of Peacekeepers, just like he did for us right here, Dry Canyon. So that way we can actually skip doing the homeworld movement to get to one of those levels. So this is the one and only RNG section of the run here. We want him to either suggest to us Dry Canyon or Clifftown, which are the two levels he can suggest from Peacekeepers. And if he does suggest us one of the ones we want, we just go down and go to it. But let me go ahead and show you what I mean by this. If he instead gives us a different option, if we talk to him again, you can see this time he gave us Magic Crafter's Homeworld as an option. He says, hey, go look for some of the ones in this homeworld. And if he does that, what we're going to want to do is click stay here, turn around, and just go talk to him again until he gives us one of the levels we want. Wizard Peak is another one he can give. That's not what we want. We're going to hit stay here, turn around, talk to him again. And there's Clifftown, the other option that we could take. So whatever Peacekeepers option you get, ultimately it doesn't really matter. Just take which one you get. And if you really don't want to deal with the RNG, you can go to Peacekeepers and run through. But it's a little bit slower. So just keep that in mind. And that's Magic Crafters. See you in the next homeworld.